Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with the second part of our mod spotlight featuring the 1078 Medieval Wars mod for Total War Attila. So between episodes, I've gone ahead and advanced the turn, and you can see that during the AI's turn, the Kingdom of Glywysing, which is a southern Welsh kingdom, has declared war on us and our vassals. So that's fine, I guess. I was probably going to conquer them first anyways. I don't think they really have an army to threaten me with, too, so I guess we'll see what happens here. My only concern... Oh, never mind. Okay, I was a bit worried that one of these guys might leave us, but I don't think that they will. We're joined by both. Perfect. Okay, so there is a political obstruction in our appointment of Ludica to whatever appointment we were trying to get him into. Apparently it was an Elderman position. So we're going to use his influence to do this. I don't want to waste mine on him. And part of the reason I was appointing him anyways was to get rid of his influence. So this works out fine for me. It looks like Weberg's appointment was successful, as well as Cone Red's. So that's good. So I mentioned last time around, this is just going to be a mod spotlight. I mentioned that I might do a full series if you guys were really interested. I'm still not sure. The first episode didn't blow me away in terms of how it was received, so I'm still thinking about it. But I'll do another couple of videos and sort of test the waters with it. Anyways, let's see. The concern I have with just attacking them right now is that every faction has a pretty solid garrison. You can see here that their garrison right now is bigger than my army, and they have nobles and knights. They're using the Swedish units for whatever reason, because I guess they're just placeholders. We can target coordinate, so that's going to be helpful. And our trading post is finished demolishing. Okay, so public order is not doing well. We need to fix that. I believe it is in part not to food, but food would certainly help. We are building a monastery that will give us +3, so it would leave us with -1, and then I believe this finishing would take care of that. So we're actually not really in any trouble here. Let's go ahead and build the farm. What's missing here? Iron. We don't have any iron. Huh. Well, I'm going to build a farm. Or a field, excuse me. And can I recruit any agents? No, of course not. As soon as that church is done, I'll be able to recruit priests, though, or nuns, or whatever they are. They're women, but they're Christian. I don't know how it works. It's not going to show me. Anywho, wow, you guys already have a... Yeah, there's one. She's an abbess? I believe Ainfled is her name. Okay, whatever. We're not quite ready to take the fight to them yet. Our army's just not big enough. So, to that end, let's continue recruiting. Some good old longbowmen would probably be a good idea. By the way, there's two variants of most of these units. There is the English King variant, and then the Earl of Winchester variant. And the English King ones are more expensive. I'm not sure why. I don't know if one is better than the other. If you right-click, it just takes you to the stupid Total War thing and doesn't show you anything. So I honestly have no idea what the difference is. But one is more expensive. Since I am the English King, though, I'm taking the English King units, and I'm going to just assume that they are better, because it makes me feel better. So yeah, let's take 4 of these guys. And what I'll probably do is I need at least one unit of foot-mounted knights, and then I'll probably do the rest cavalry with maybe 1 catapult or something. I think that's a pretty good, or a pretty round army. Also, I need to get you the hell out of the general spot. I don't remember why he was there. You are a statesman. Let's see. Well, I'll probably make you the commander then. If you're a governor. Did I want you to be governor? I don't remember. Yeah, you're a merchant, so it makes more sense. You, on the other hand, were a... Oh, yeah, marksman. Meh. Right, well, I'm going to give you the old boot. And I'll replace you with the king himself. And we'll take the English king units, of course.
Ready for battle.
And that pretty much does it for the recruitment part of our turn. I believe we finished the building as well, so let's make sure our faction stuff is all in order. You're an Elderman, you are a Retainer, you are nobody, and you are an Elderman, okay. You are the Royal Companion, perfect. And we're going to have to probably wait for you to build up enough influence to find a wife, because I don't see us finding one any other way. And then for you, I'm basically going to find the best other noble. That's their title, other nobles. I'm going to find the best other noble I can and then marry her to him. But she's going to need 30 influence to do that. So that might take a while as well. But that keeps her in the family. Not that she's really any good. But it basically allows me to essentially adopt one of these guys. Which can be useful. And I don't have to spend his influence doing it. So, I don't think there's anything going on there. We are going to continue to try to maneuver politically. The Earl of Nottingham is a little bit fonder of me than last turn, so let's see about a trade. Oh, good, they accepted. That is exactly what I wanted to see. And Flanders, you have too many enemies to justify trading with. The thing, I would consider trading with Sweden, even though they have the exact same enemies, just because they're badass, they're Vikings. So they would definitely accept that, but I don't think they'll accept a trade. If we combine them, they don't seem interested. So I think that's going to be about it. I'm going to keep buttering up the Holy Roman Empire, though. They wouldn't be a bad ally to have. Although France is pretty fond of me, and I find that a bit surprising. I won't cross them. I don't really have any desire to conquer France. If I could, I would give them the 2 settlements I have here. I have no desire to keep those. That does remind me that I should probably look at them, though. Nothing doing there. I could build something here. I don't know what. I think I was going to build the hostel there, so let's work on that so I can train spies to run around France. Even though I just said I wasn't going to cross them. And does that end our turn? I think it does. The turns in this mod, at least at the beginning, go pretty quickly because there's no armies to play with. You've got to build up your army first, and all of the factions start very, very small. Even the Holy Roman Empire is pretty small because just like us, they have a couple of, I guess, earls of their own, and so their territory is divided up into several sub-factions, just like ours is. And they only have a handful of provinces, so yeah, every faction is pretty small, and that makes it pretty interesting, actually. And I like the pace. It's very, very quick. Alright, so apparently the Swiss have declared war on the Holy Roman Empire. That seems like a terrible idea. And Utrecht has declared war on the Duchy of Lorraine. I don't know the relative strengths of either of those guys. And Ludica is now ready for duty since we booted him out of his commander position. It looks like you guys have enough food. I'm not concerned. If they rebel, the garrison in these places can more than handle it, so I really have no concern about, like making sure that they don't rebel. Okay, so I could upgrade this. How much is it going to cost me for a couple of priests? Apparently free. Let's see, cunning +1, cunning +1. Well, I'll take the younger one then. And I guess I could just have you inspire populace. Or let's see, how many can I recruit? I think my kingdom's big enough to get 2? No, not yet. So I may use her as a spy because I don't, need the public order right now. I do need a spy. Why can't I click on Winchester? There we go. Okay, but that was free, so that's kind of nice. I could upgrade this to a priory. And that would give us even more public order. Not that that's going to be an issue. This is going to handle it. But it doesn't hurt. Alternatively, I could upgrade to one of these, and that's going to give us a slightly bigger garrison. Not that it really matters. The garrisons are already fairly large. I mean, look at this. This is more powerful than our army. I don't even have access to these high heavy billmen yet. I only have the regular bill sergeants. And there's 2 foot knights and some English nobles on horseback. And yeoman archers. Again, I don't have access to those yet. Strange. What about London? Not quite as good. But they don't have a muster hall. That's probably what's giving them the ability to have those. Actually, I'm wondering, now that I have that built... No, I don't have access to them. Alright, well... I think we'll probably go... There's a couple different kinds of cavalry, and so you want to make sure that you're hiring the right ones. Most of the cool-looking knight ones, like everything from here to here, they're all shot cavalry, so they use lances. They don't hold up particularly well in sustained combat, so that's something to keep in mind. They do great morale damage if you hit somebody in a flank with these guys, but you need to cycle charge them. They do not want to stay in combat. Whereas these guys, the mounted sergeants, are pretty solid in combat. So I typically do about 50-50. I get like 2 mounted sergeants and 2 knights. That way I have some shot cavalry to, you know, hit enemy infantry in the back and sort of break their ranks. And then I have mounted sergeants to run down skirmishers and whatnot and, you know, break them where they would do that quicker than the knights would. So let's grab 2 of each. The knightly retinue, let's see. Oh, that's Earl of Winchester. The Earl of Winchester ones look so much cooler. I think it's the steel helmet with like the chainmail underneath. And then the surcoat, you know, has a little bit of a design on it, whereas the English King one is just like a plain red surcoat with a painted helmet. So yeah, I think these guys look way more badass. But again, I'll take the English King ones because I'm the English King. And that leaves us with 17 units, meaning we can hire 3 more in this army. So I definitely want at least 1 here, because again, my plan is to have these 4 in the front, these 2 out on the flanks, and then 3 guys, or 3 heavy melee units in the gaps between these to sort of rush through. So we need 1 more to do that, and again, I'll take the knights, or the king ones. And then that leaves me with 2 more spots. So I'll probably do at least 1 catapult. I could potentially do 2, but I could do 1 in some really light cav, or maybe an extra thing of knights, or an extra thing of men-at-arms. I'm not sure yet, but we can only recruit 4 at a time, so we'll have to figure that out next turn. These guys aren't doing anything. They're just kind of hanging out. So I do have enough money left to build this. I think I will. And what's going down here? Not much. You are really raking in the influence, aren't you? Let's see, what does the position here do? Really? Well, you're not commanding an army, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? But you're not a governor either. That's going to boost the tax rate of all provinces, but there might be a better way to do that. Because I don't want to give him more power than he needs. But I could make him marshal of maybe the army. That's going to boost integrity of all forces. The thing, though, is these positions all give influence per turn. And, well, actually, that's not going to give him any more. So I may as well do it for the extra tax rate, because, frankly, he's not gaining anything from this. Powermonger and Fearless Warrior. Neither of those are of any particular interest to me. So that leaves us with Diplomacy before we end the turn. I would like to arrange a marriage for our son. I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, I think I forgot to check his influence. But
please don't bother.
The thing is, most of the kings are single, and so they're all, you know, trying to marry your one daughter. And I would rather not marry her off if I could help it. Alright, so didn't find anybody, but he does have just enough influence to seek a wife. So I'm going to go ahead and use his influence to do that. He's already secured his position in office, So he's going to be making 3 influence per turn anyways. He doesn't need to, get a new office, so I may as well spend his influence there. And that's going to do it for this turn. Alright, so Aethelfled is his potential wife. She is cunning, so she gains 2 influence per turn and boosts his cunning by 2. That's a pretty good trait. Because she's going to be introduced into our family, she is a controllable character of ours, so her having a lot of influence is great. And then the fact that she boosts his cunning is even better. So yeah, she's a pretty good find. Let's see, political obstruction. Yeah, we're going to waste more of his influence getting that position. And our technology is done. So that gave us +2 public order just across the board, which is nice. I don't really need replenishment. Well, I mean, replenishment's never bad, but 3% is not much. However, fatigue rate and campaign movement range are something that I really, really want. So we're going to start working our way down that tree. And let's see, now that winter is over, I'm actually going to maybe move my army over to the border here. I'm going to try to bait them into a fight. If they will attack me away from their settlement, I don't think I'll have any trouble defeating them. And if I'm still within my own borders, I can continue to recruit. So I'm going to go ahead and move on over there. And let's see, we have 3 spots left. I think I will do one of these. Definitely need one of these. And that leaves 1 more unit. I could take one of these like Earls. I think they're basically just slightly better knights. They're like elite knights that won't hold on.
Are you ready to do your duty to the tribe?
Yeah, they're disciplined, so if the general dies, they don't break. But I don't like the portraits on them. I wish they would have just done it like these guys, because they look weird in your army, because they don't look like a general, but they don't look like a unit. So I think I'll just take more knights. 96 versus 77. Yeah, what the hell.
It's a good life.
Okay, so there is our army. I could have taken more longbows, and that might have been the better choice. But I think 4 will be enough. And let's see. No, I don't want mercenaries. How are we doing here? Wow, we went down some more? That's interesting. It should have been -1. But I don't think it'll matter between these two. I think between this... Well, no, this isn't going to give me +4. Overall, it'll give me +4, but it's only, I think, 2 more than it originally was. I think it was originally +2. So, yeah, between these two, it'll be resolved. And I could build the farm up. I don't need to build the farm up. Over here, I don't really have a desire to... They got enough food. I will train myself a spy. So let's see. No. Misdirect army. Don't think that's going to help. Huh. He would actually... This guy right here would be good to just hire and then plop down in my area. And he would give us more income from our farms. But I think in terms of the best spy to send around France, this guy is going to make the most sense. And we don't have to necessarily send him around France. I may send him north so that he can spy on all the Welsh factions for me. And maybe, you know, the Scottish factions. But he makes the most sense as like a spy used for spy purposes. The other guy is sort of like a sit him in your province and let him earn you extra money type thing. For now, I think I'll have her inspire populace because I know exactly what these guys have. There's no reason for me to send her over there. These guys are on the move. Although you did cross into their territory, and they're probably going to be pissed about that. But next turn, when our army is done, I think we'll be able to take them on with the help of these guys. Although I'd rather command both armies myself, and it won't let me do that if it's their army. I don't trust them. What the hell? Oh yeah, Templars. Why did they have Templars? I can't recruit Templars. So I guess I was wrong. I said in the last episode, if you have a priory here, or whatever, the church or whatever here, you'd be able to build. I think it is... Can we see what they have? Okay, so the main building has to be it. Well, we're going to be conquering them eventually anyways, or maybe absorbing them. So we'll be able to recruit Templars from there. But I think that is the end of our turn. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Patron, you would be a good governor. Although cultural buildings are not too common. Bjorn Wolf. Well, I could hire Bjorn Wolf. Or, excuse me, I could, I guess, technically hire him. But more importantly, marry him to my daughter. And the thing is, the way I play Total War Attila, and Rome 2 for that matter, and most Total War games, is only the men in my family are allowed to be generals. I don't put any of the other nobles in charge of armies because that's how you gain the most influence. So I generally don't let them have that opportunity. And so my family is generally the warriors and, you know, commander types. And then I'll leave the governor types over here. However, in this mod and other mods and in some campaigns of Attila, you can gain quite a bit of influence as a governor if you're in the right office as well. And so that's less true in this case because I could make him marshal of, you know, if she married a governor type, I could make him marshal of the court and he would still make plenty of influence. Just not as much as a general would. So it doesn't matter as much in this case, but it's still how I play it. So it's a hard habit to break. I don't think we're going to be getting a whole lot done here, so let's just end the turn. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, and I really wanted to get at least a little bit of battle in. Not going to happen, though. Just if we didn't have to build our army up from scratch, we probably would have gotten to fight these guys this episode, but it looks like next episode we're going to have a pretty big fight with them. The Earl of Nottingham is coming on south to help us out. I'm hoping that by setting up on the border here and training units that they'll come try to interrupt that and attack me. And they should be out of reinforcement range of their garrison. If not, I may have to retreat. But I am pretty confident in my ability to win that battle with even forces. So let's end the turn, and then we have a couple of minutes left to figure stuff out before the next episode. Oh, we got a couple of level ups. You are a governor. You don't have any commercial buildings, so that doesn't make sense. Tax rate +3, sure, why not? What about you from industrial buildings? Don't have any of those yet either, and you're probably not going to have any in that province, so let's boost your tax rate as well. And finally, our last governor. I'll give you some zeal, and then let's see. Construction costs down, that wouldn't hurt. Food, I guess food could work. Yeah. The characters with these trees, like the more, I guess you'd call it like the Barbarian Kingdom tree, don't make particularly good governors, I've noticed. They don't have some of the abilities that the other guys have that really make great governors, like minus 20% construction cost, plus 6% tax rate, stuff like that. Anyway, let's end this turn. Alright guys, so it looks like it worked. I was able to bait them into an attack. They brought both armies, the small one with 2 guys in it and the bigger one. So in the next episode we'll fight this. We don't have time to fight it today, unfortunately, but I think we can win it. I definitely have them beat as far as they don't have any cavalry. I think he's heavy infantry. If he's not, oh no, never mind, he's shock cavalry. I should have seen that. He's not though, he's heavy infantry. So they have 1 cavalry unit and it's their general. So I'm going to bait him into a charge if I can, kill him, game over. But yeah, with no cavalry, I'm going to make short work of these guys. They don't have any really, like, archers really either. They've got 3 units of archers, and they're not going to be able to touch my English longbows. This is going to be ugly for them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode where we're gonna take it to these Welsh.